The Cleveland Browns yesterday named Dillon Gabriel. I think he's a third-round pick in the draft, a quarterback from Oregon. He's a little short, midget quarterback. I'm not big on short, midget quarterbacks, but they drafted him. He's going to start. He's replacing Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco has not dropped to number 3. He's dropped to number 2. Shedeur has stayed in that third position. And, as we talked about yesterday, Shedeur is some sort of phenomenon that has great significance. He's, in my opinion, he's a troll, and people love anything that trolls what they believe are white guys. White guys don't like Deion, so let's troll them with Deion's son, and let's pretend like he's the second coming of John Elway and Warren Moon wrapped in the same package. Well, Shedeur has been taking criticism for the way he's been conducting himself with the media. And so when Dillon Gabriel was named the starter and reporters asked Shedeur about it, here's how Shedeur responded.
Third quarterback. Vocally, anything to say?
I guess it's something having fun. I guess one more. What do you think you have to show to the coaches just to have them have that belief in you that you can be ready.
It's almost. I know what I'm doing right now is considered illegal in most states in the United States of America. I'm trying to give a young black man sound advice. And that's been illegalized in America. It's a no-no. You get called racist for giving black men good advice. We want them as minstrel characters. We want them miming in the locker room. We want them to be bad teammates. We want them doing everything to pleasure themselves. 10 baby mamas. Go for it, guys. Never heard of a condom. Can't spell condom. Certainly would need, 20 assistants to put on a condom. An instruction manual, YouTube videos on how to use a condom. They can't do that. Can't give them those instructions. But I digress. I want to play you 2 minstrel clowns, and I'm sorry. I've laid off Shannon for quite a while. I tend to like Ochocinco, but Ochocinco is a clown. And here's Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe. 2 guys that had, Shannon had a Hall of Fame career. Ochocinco had a lot of success in the NFL. They're both now in their 40s. Their job is to pass along wisdom to young people. But because there are 30 pieces of silver to anybody that gives black men bad advice, Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe fell in line. Play the clip.
Ocho, do you like the way Shedeur handled this press conference?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because whatever he says, they're going to twist his words. If you say nothing, there's really on any other team, there are 31 other there are 31 other teams. Do any of those media members talk to the third string quarterback?
No.
Oh, it's controversy. Why create controversy? How do you not create it? By when they ask you questions, just don't answer. You just don't answer. If anything, they should be talking to Joe Flacco. Why are you talking to Shedeur?
Can we hit pause on? Yeah, I want to hit pause on. Ochocinco just argued that the media is wrong for asking Shedeur a question. They just had a quarterback change in Cleveland. There's only 3 quarterbacks on the team. The media, there's only 3 quarterbacks on the team, and they just demoted one and elevated another, and we're supposed to pretend like they're just stirring up trouble by asking Shedeur a question. As if in the history of the National Football League, in the history of team sports, backup players, third stringers, never get asked a question by the media. Are you kidding me? But this is the game that we play. How dare they ask Shedeur a question? They're just stirring up trouble. As if Shedeur couldn't say, hey guys, I'm third string, no comment. Or he could take the advice I get, be a good teammate. Hey, it's my job to help Dylan prepare for this opportunity and make sure that I'm ready if I'm ever called upon. That's all he has to say. It's just common sense. But Ochocinco, like every other black athlete, black person in America knows, man, you can get paid for giving young black men bad advice. You can be celebrated for giving young black men bad advice. If O.J. Simpson had come to Ocho for advice on how to deal with Nicole Brown Simpson, Ocho would have been, well, there's always the option of just killing her. And everybody, great advice, Ocho. That's exactly what you tell a black man. Do something stupid and self-destructive, violent, ignorant, buffoonish. Thank you. Now here's your 30 pieces of silver and send some more. Let's finish up. Shannon Sharpe tries to dance the line, but, he knows how his bread is buttered by condoning bad behavior from young black men, and so he played along. Finish the clip.
I mean, it makes no sense, and I like the way he handled it because anything he does say, they're going to make it a big deal. They're going to twist his words. They're going to take it completely out of context. Listen, Dylan Gabriel's a starter. So be it.
For me, I mean, it's being reported.
Yeah.
Adam Schefter reported, and some other networks are starting to report that this was his response to Rex Ryan saying what he said on the Sunday show, that keep your mouth closed, move to the front of the class, and X, Y, and Z.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
I guess this was a situation where he's like, okay, I should keep my mouth shut. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. It's hard for me to believe that the scenario that he didn't talk to his father. Obviously, he leans very heavily on his father, rightfully so. His dad has been through things like this, where, he says something and then if he says something, it's one thing. If he doesn't say something, it's another thing. So he took this approach. Look, he's not just any other quarterback, any other third string quarterback.
No.
You and I both know if he was any other quarterback and he slid down where he did, we wouldn't even be having it. If he was any normal fifth round pick, we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
Yeah.
But he's not a fifth round pick. So we shouldn't ask him to act like a fifth round pick because that's not what we believe he is.
So Shannon makes the point that Deion helped advise Shedeur on this minstrel show response. And he's accurate. Deion took to X, Twitter, whatever, and reposted Shedeur's mime, good one, son, you did that. And Deion grew up without a father. I think his father had some substance issues, wasn't involved in his life. Deion's winging it as a father, and he's being celebrated for winging it as a father when he should be being criticized because he's given his sons the same radical, materialistic, hedonistic mindset that plagued him. And I know people, what do you mean plagued Deion? Deion's a Hall of Famer. He's the greatest player. He made all that money. Deion had so much physical gifts, it was nearly impossible for him to fail as an athlete, and he tried. But he won the genetics lottery, and so he won as an athlete. But Deion did virtually nothing the right way. He thinks that arrogance and cockiness are the key to his success. The Bible tells you that humility is the key to success, that humility will be rewarded. Deion wants nothing to do with humility. And he's given his son no humility. And he's championing his son as his son makes a buffoon of himself. And you wonder why this kid went in the 5th round? This is the behavior that he exhibited in the pre-draft process that made everybody say, nah, I'm good. Except for the Cleveland Browns, and I believe and I know that many people disagree with me, but I believe it's the black general manager, what's his name, Andrew Berry. I think he did this. Everybody wants to blame Jimmy Haslam, and I'm open to that possibility that the owner did it because at this point, a well-run organization would cut Shedeur Sanders. And so maybe it is the owner because Andrew Berry, anybody involved with this decision-making should move on from Shedeur Sanders. He's made your organization a clown show. Joe Flacco just fell off a cliff and showed his age, as most people thought he would. And Shedeur's third string. That's a testament to how little work he's put in and how unprepared he is, that he's still third string at this point. It's not a product of racism. It's not a product of hatred of Deion Sanders. It's a product of hatred and a lack of belief in the behavior that Deion has discipled his son in. Guy doesn't have the right mentality to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.